Hey everyone, it's Stephanie1111 Witchy Babe, and I am back with another reading, and this is going to be for Leo for the month of, what is it? It's May. So welcome back, all of my subscribers. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you so much. I appreciate all your comments and likes and shares and support. So thank you guys so much for being here. If you are new, what we are doing today is we're going to be taking a look at some general energy messages of what's going to be going on this month for you. And we're also going to be taking a look at love and relationships. And so this is going to be for Leo placements. It's going to be Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, Mars, or North Node. So make sure you are checking out your other placements. So yeah, before I begin, as always, this is a general energy reading. It is not a reading specifically for your energy, so only take the information that resonates and please leave behind anything else that doesn't. Today I'm going to be using quite a few decks for you all. I'm going to be using in the general reading the Fairy Tarot and the Archangel cards. I'm also going to be using the Vintage Wisdom Oracle as well. You can find these decks on Amazon. And then for the love and relationship portion, I'm going to be using the Love Answers Oracle deck. You can find this on Etsy, and the Karma cards, which can also be found on Amazon or any major retailers. But this is somebody that is a small business. I don't know her personally, but I am enjoying the deck so far. It's the card in the background here, our card of the day, which I'll go over in a second. And I also will be using the Love Oracle cards that you can also find on Amazon. So, in case you like any of the cards, that's all the cards I'll be using today. And then we have our card of the day. So if you don't know already by now, every day I pick a card. I write a message on my Twitter. So make sure you're following me on Twitter, 1111 Witchy Babe. I write my message on Twitter, and it's a message for all those that I'll be reading today. Anybody that comes across the message, it's made and designed as a message for you to trigger you in whatever way it needs to. And so today's message is clogged up with negativity. And so what I got off of this card is that it's really today, or not today, well, yeah, it can be today, whenever you're watching this, you really need to start trying to retrain your brain with how you deal with your negative self-talk. So the example I gave is if you were to be really frustrated with your love life and feeling like you're never going to find your person, you're just going to be alone forever. And you might have this conversation, which I think, many of us have had, of maybe I'm just going to be alone forever. What you're being called to do is try to transmute that energy. It's a recognition of understanding the frustration and the sadness and everything that goes with that process of finding a person and being a human. But instead of saying it as, I'm going to be alone forever, try to transmute that into, I'm really happy right now that I'm getting a time to get to know myself on a deeper level, my friends and my family, my loved ones, and I'm not wasting my time with people that don't have my best interest in mind. Because you could be in a relationship that's going nowhere. You could be in a situation where you have a bunch of admirers, but they don't really have a good interest out. They're not thinking of your highest good. So, instead of whatever the topic is that you're feeling really down on, if you can think of it in a different way and try to retrain yourself, instead of to go to those negative thoughts, to try to go to the positive ones. And if you've been watching me for a while, you'll know I'm not a love and lighter. I'm not somebody that says, just focus on being positive and everything will be great, because that's not true. It's just not. As long as we are human, as long as we live in this type of reality, there are going to be issues, no matter how good and amazing and wonderful your thoughts are. So it's just about being able to be strong enough to deal with the negative aspects of life and being able to transmute them as much as possible, so you're not weighing yourself down. Because generally what ends up happening is we are the ones that are clogged up with the negativity, and it's not the people that are perpetrating action towards us that make us feel that. It's us that ends up feeling really crappy. So take this time to declutter your mind a bit and start working on redirecting those negative thoughts into more positive ones. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive on in what's going on with Leo placements for the month of May. I will tell you, if you would like to book a personalized reading with me, I am pretty much booked up for May. So I have a couple more spots. If you're wanting a reading with me this month of May, you're going to need to book within the next couple of days, because I will be booked up out until June in the next probably day or two. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going to be going on for Leo placements this month. And again, I apologize that this is so late. Wow. Okay, we have the Sun. So this card is always You know, this is Leo energy right here. We have plans that work perfectly, amazing ideas that lead to rewards, accommodations, gratitude for the blessings of life. Yes. Okay. And then the other card that came out with that was the Two of Spring, but in reverse. So, upright, it is a bright future manifested through hard work, creativity, partners with others who share your dreams, great progress being made. But this is sort of like you're stuck somehow. Okay, so the Sun with the Two of Wands in reversed. I feel like you have this really good opportunity. You have something that's really coming in for you, something you've been working for, something you've been thinking about. You know, I'm not necessarily feeling like a lot of you have, or all of you have necessarily worked incredibly hard towards something, but it might be just something that you really want, something, a desire of yours. But there is this blockage of bringing it into your reality. There is something that is preventing that from happening. However, this energy wants to come into your life. What you're wanting is also wanting you. It's like that. I believe it's Rumi, that what you're seeking is also seeking you. It's exactly the phrase that I popped into my head with the combination of these cards. So let's go ahead and take a look at that blockage. What is this? The Two of Wands is all about, so this is a Two of Spring, but it's a Two of Wands in a traditional deck is all about, you know, that manifestation energy, that energy of when you are, you know, laying out what you're wanting, when you're really focusing in on what it is you're wanting to bring into a reality, but you're blocked there. So maybe you're not doing it. Maybe you're being called to start trying to manifest this, to start visualizing whatever it is you would want, what it would look like in your life, how it would feel in your life, what you would be doing. If it was happening in your life, how would it change your life? And so maybe some of you are being called to harness that power of manifestation more. And I feel like others of you are already doing that. You're already working towards that. And so you're being guided and being like instructed that, hey, we see that you're working on this, but there's a blockage or something that's not going right with it. And so what came out is the Queen of Winter. So she's strong, patient, self-sufficient, and funny. Letting go of people or things that no longer serve you. Aha, there it is. Now time to focus on your career, unmarried or divorced individuals. So for my folks that are watching this, that are trying to do something regarding their physical reality and like their career, their home, something that takes finances, if you're trying to bring that in and you're dealing with an individual that is not serving you at your highest good, that's not really good for you, and you know it, that is your block. Your block is a physical person. Now, this person may represent the Queen of Winter. They may be very, you know, funny, very communicative, very smart, but kind of cold and kind of reserved. They also could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or have that in their chart. But this person, not saying they're a bad person, but they are your block because they are taking too much energy that you are supposed to be putting into that manifestation. For others of you, it could be that you are needing to embody the Queen of Wands more. I'm sorry, the Queen of Winter more. It's interesting I said Queen of Wands though. But the Queen of Winter more because she is so focused, laser point focus on her career, on what she's wanting. Whatever it is that she wants, she's going to go out there and make sure she gets it. And she's very patient and she's strong. Like she doesn't need somebody else to help her. Like she can go after what she wants and she can get it all by herself. So maybe you are needing to embody that. Maybe you're needing to realize that you're completely worthy of whatever it is you want. Maybe you need to just open that door to accept the manifestation that's sitting for you, because maybe you just aren't feeling like you're, you know, that you're capable of receiving what you want. I feel like others of you are just need to be a little bit more patient. Somebody here has just gotten into this, just gotten into, you know, working on their manifestation skills, and they're expecting it to be like that. And maybe you've started with like a penny or a feather or whatever, you know, the little things that you're guided to kind of do whenever you're just starting this, and it happened very quickly, which is very exciting. But this is something that takes time. You don't just bring things into reality like that. Sometimes you do, but we are co-creators. We are not complete creators. There is a divine plan, and there are things that are going to happen that need to happen prior to certain events happening for us. And it's just telling you, hey, it's not happening right now because you're being a little bit pushy, you're not being patient enough. Embody more of this Queen of Winter. You know, usually when there is a issue, like with the timing, whenever there's a delay, it's because you're not ready to receive what you want. And the one example I like to use, because it's so relatable to at least myself, is like whenever you're wanting when you want like something regarding like your career or school, like you're wanting an elevation in that, are you really ready to take on the responsibility that comes with that? Are you ready to take on the extra time and attention and all of that stuff that's going to come, including criticism? Anytime you level up, you have to face adversities. It's always going to come into the picture. So are you going to be ready for that? Are you strong enough? Are you, do you have enough support? Do you have, is your schedule, ready for it? Are you organized enough? So if you're trying to do something along the lines of your career or for school or anything like that, where you are wanting to be sent up to the next level, have more responsibility, make more money, whatever it is, are you ready for what it's going to take in order to get that and then maintain it? So that is something you can think about. Sorry guys, I think I'm somehow making this bump around a little bit there. I think that's okay. Okay. All right, so let's get any further messages for, wow, the cards tried to jump out of my hand, for the month of May. General messages for Leo placements. Okay, so we have breathe coming out. Archangel Raphael takes several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken the energies and to release old patterns. Yes, you need to. So maybe for some of you, this what you're being called to release with that Queen of Winter is old patterns. And maybe that's exactly, lining up for my people that are trying to push, trying to get their manifestation pulled in. What old patterns haven't you released yet? That's your blockage. Your blockage is an old pattern that's not going to serve you whenever you get what you want. You can't bring everything, all the old parts of you when you're entering in a new phase of your life. You have to leave behind some old parts. So what you need to do is, like I said a little bit ago, just relax a little bit, chill a little bit. Take a look around and see what it is that, you might be kind of standing in your own way. And check in with yourself to see, are you really ready for what you're wanting? Or is there still some more preparation that you could do in order to better prepare yourself? Okay. One last card for you guys, and then I'm going to go on to the love and relationship portion of the reading. Purity. So what I'm getting from this is that I feel like this is probably only a message for some of you, but whatever you're trying to bring into your reality, whatever you're trying to manifest, you need to make sure that you're coming from a pure space. Like, I feel like somebody here is like, it's just probably just one person or maybe a couple. And I just heard maybe you're dealing with somebody that's actually doing this. So this might not be for you. It could be for somebody you're dealing with and you're kind of being guided to inform them of this. But if you're not coming from a space of, I'm wanting to do this for what's my highest best interest and others' best interest and the collective's best interest, if you're doing it from a space of being selfish, it's not going to come through. That's not how the manifestation works. If you want to do something from a selfish space, then you're going to have to work with different energy, which I wouldn't recommend necessarily, or you're going to have to do things the old school way and, kick and grind your way through. At whatever cost. And, I don't think any of you really are watching this with that mentality, but you need to, this is like, are you wanting to do something from a true pure space? And maybe some of your ideas are not exactly, we live in a world of duality. You don't have to be perfect. We all kind of make mistakes and get sucked into the 3D, get sucked into consumerism and how life is. You can still clean up what you're desiring a little bit. If there's parts of it that aren't for the collective's best interests or aren't for those around you's best interests, or even yourself, maybe you're neglecting yourself. You need to come from a pure space of what you're trying to bring in, because the light energy from source and your guides are not going to be assisting you in doing something that's coming from a place of ego or coming from a place of even darkness. So I know I got a little funky there, but maybe that message is only for a couple of you. I don't think would be that many people watching this that really, do things like that. But we always, Leo, you guys have you got that ego, Leo, the sun is ego. It can be difficult to work with that. So sometimes you got to check yourself and say, hey, wait, is this ego based or is this really based in for everyone's highest good? Is this a good thing for myself and everyone else? Okay, so now we're going to go on to the love and relationship portion of the reading, and I want to go ahead and get a just general vibe of what's going on for Leo placements for the month of May. Okay, wow, we have the 8th house. So the 8th house is all about it's Scorpio energy, it's plutonic, it's about death and rebirth. So we have, as a life or death issue, getting and using power, using other people's resources. Okay, so you might be dealing with somebody, so let's just do the normal things. You might be dealing with somebody that has a heavy 8th house. You might be dealing with a Scorpio. You might be dealing with somebody that's very plutonic, because that's all going to be linked to the 8th house. For all my people that don't know astrology, the 8th house is the house of death. It's the house of rebirth. It's the house of other people's resources, taxes, taboo things, and sex to a degree. Sex kind of comes in a bunch of different houses, but the sex in the 8th house is going to be the one that you don't talk about, or it's more the taboo side of things, or the darker aspects. And so you might be dealing with somebody that is like that. Could be a very intense relationship, and they could be. What I'm feeling is either you're using your power, like you're trying to overpower somebody, or they're trying to overpower you, or maybe both. There's just like a power struggle that I feel here. So let's keep going and see what the details are. Okay, so we have Princess Spring showing up. So as you guys know, if you've been here a while, you'll know that all the time court cards are going to represent people. So Princess Spring, charming, self-confident, passionate, restless. This is fire energy, Leo, Sagittarius. So maybe you're dealing with another Leo. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. And the Princess Spring is somebody that is very, very, they have a lot of energy. They have a lot of passion. They're very, very confident. But the issue with the Princess Spring, it is the Knight of Wands in a traditional deck. And the Knight is going to be the semi-immature energy compared to the King and the Queen. So they don't always follow through with what they're going to say. And I always say with the Princess Spring and the Knight of Wands, that is my fuckboy card. That is my card for the people that play people. So maybe you're dealing with somebody that's a little bit like that. And that's why I'm getting that power struggle. Maybe you're a little bit like that too. I mean, Leo, you're like, if you want to play this game, I can play it way better. I wrote the book. So like, maybe you guys are having that power struggle with each other. Maybe you're just dealing with somebody, you're just in a very passionate connection right now. If you have a lot of 8th house activity and a lot of 8th house activations in your synastry, or a lot of 8th house going on in your composite chart with another person, then you are going to have that passion. You're going to have that intensity and that plutonic almost obsession that would come with that. So you definitely would have a lot of fire being present. What's going on with this individual though? Why are they showing up, and what do we need to know? So we have the Two of Winter in reverse. So this is going to be the Two of Swords in reverse, and we have okay, nice. Yes. So what I'm getting here is a release of an indecision. This is a release. So if this person that either you've been dealing with somebody and they've been indecisive about you, and they are coming forward. That is a clear message here. They have had this transformation and they are going to be coming forward towards you. Now, if you're the one that's been very indecisive, I feel like you are also making that decision to go towards this Princess Spring character, and you have a lot of passion, and you're restless, because I pick up on that restless energy, because I feel like for a lot of you, there's been a separation, or at least you guys have not been on the same page. And so there's this like big kind of like, I just heard like sonic boom of like emotions and understanding that hit one or both of you. Maybe you already feel it, but definitely going to be hitting it. And there's this reunion coming together. And so if you are dealing with somebody, you're not in separation, this is remind you of them, and they were indecisive about what they were going to do, or vice versa, there is a decision being made. And it seems like it's you with that Princess Spring, because it's like they're coming forward. That's all I get with that. It's like this person's coming in, they're coming in hot. Okay, the Queen of Autumn. So we have generous, stylish, gracious, practical. It's another card representing a person. So maybe this person was dealing with a Queen of Autumn character. So they could be somebody that was an earth sign. So they could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Maybe you have those placements in your chart as well. Maybe this is representing you. But, you know, this is an energy of making somebody that takes care of others. It's a mothering energy. It's a stable energy. So if this person, let's see, can I clarify why that's coming out? You know, maybe you've been having to make this decision between the Prince of Spring and the Queen of Autumn, between the very exciting, charming, you know, confident individual and somebody that's more down to earth and that's more focused in on home and more focused in on their family and their own personal growth and development, especially when it comes to finances. So, and then we have the 8 of Spring. Okay. Yeah, you got a message coming through. So if you're dealing with somebody, and they were dealing with a Queen of Autumn energy, I believe that they're coming through with a message regarding that situation. Now, for the majority of you, I do feel like they are choosing you if that's the case, but I don't want to put a full, you know, I don't feel comfortable saying that everybody's going to be getting that, but you might be getting information about the Queen of Autumn and what's going on in their connection, because this person, I feel, is coming forward either way, regardless of what way they chose. But yeah, you have a message coming through because clarity has come and an understanding has come of what this connection is for them. So let's get some further notes here. I just made my Astro deck fall. The Karma deck just fall on the ground. Oh no. Okay. What's some extra pieces of advice, please? Okay, it's coming. What did I say? It's coming. This message is coming very soon. I believe this is a message coming in majority for you this month, especially when we hit full-on retrograde season, which is going to be in a couple days. For the most part, it's coming. This message is coming. Yeah, I'm hearing May and June. So for some of you, it's going to be May this month. Some of you, it's going to be next month. So we have clock, but it's reversed. Oh my God, this energy is so fast. Okay, takes some time, cycles time to heal progress, but it's reversed. So to me, it's not going to take a long time. It's happening soon. It's coming in quick. Somebody is going to watch this and then they're going to get off of it and the person's going to message. That's happening. So when that happens, please comment and let me know because I feel it. Okay, one last card here. We have the Sword and the Rose. What did I say? Clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, power. Clarity, truth, revelation, coming through, coming in quick. This is incredible. So, what do you need to do this month? You need to work on your negative self-talk and work on trying to reroute the connections in your brain that make you jump to that first, reroute it to something that's a little bit more positive. It is possible and it's not super hard to do. I try to be the most positive I can be, but in my off time, you know, when I'm just living my life, I can be kind of a negative Nancy at times. I'm a Taurus sun and rising, and so we kind of are known to get real, like, just bitchy when we're not getting what we want, when we're not comfortable, when we're not happy. And so even with me being like that, just naturally like that, I have trained myself to try to immediately, like I'd slowly and surely would, you know, have that negative thought and then I'd redirect myself. And I have children, so I think this has helped me because I have children. I've had to learn how to redirect them. I just use the same techniques on myself. So I think to myself, God, you know, you're so stupid. I can't believe you did that. Okay, that's cool. But how about we think about it like this? You made a mistake and now in the future, you know not to do it. So it's going to save you a lot of time and energy. And it's actually probably a good thing that you went through this issue now so you didn't have to deal with it in the future when maybe that mistake would have been a lot bigger. And when it comes to relationship stuff, you know, let's say again, you're really upset over a breakup and you can't believe how, you know, everything went about. Well, that's valid. And it's not saying it's not, but instead of beating yourself up for it and thinking you're stupid or dumb or whatever it is for you. I know my stuff is always stupid because of my issues in my chart. But if you're feeling like you got played or whatever, okay, you know what? That actually shows that I'm somebody that's coming from an honest space and an open space. And that's why I didn't think that the other person was coming from a dishonest space and was trying to use me. I was actually opened up to them so that's really showing what my true colors are. And so it's really a positive thing. So if you can try to slowly but surely just reroute the negative thoughts, they will start to automatically come in versus the negative self-talk. And I know that for a fact because I was actually just discussing this today with a friend of mine over a situation that in the past, like 2 years ago, I would still be beating myself up for, that I was stupid and I can't believe I fell for this and I can't believe I believe this person, and how could I do that when I'm somebody that is intuitive and has all these spiritual gifts and can tell other people details of what's happening in their future. And my own life, I'm like letting it go to, fall apart with picking to be around bad people. But instead of doing that, I went into this whole other rant in my head immediately when those thoughts came up about how it showed how much, how open I was no matter how many times I got hurt, how strong that shows that you are of a person, that if you keep opening up your heart when you get hurt to new people, it shows strength and resilience, and that you aren't somebody that's just going to be taken down because one or two or however many people have hurt you, that you're willing to give people a chance. It shows how strong you are spiritually and how elevated you are to be able to come from a space like that of love and understanding and openness and honesty. And so those were the thoughts that immediately rushed in instead of the negative stuff. And so it can be done. It really can. It just takes a lot of work, and it takes being uncomfortable in the moments you really want to indulge in that I feel like almost like self-bickering where you just tear yourself down, to not do it, because it's easier to do that than it is to build yourself up. It's weird, but it is. So that is going to be your reading. I hope you guys have an amazing day whenever this finds you. If you have any questions or anything, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know if it resonates and what's going on with your life. And I hope you guys have a fantastic May. It seems like it's going to be really, really positive with everything here. And I will see you all next time.